At the dawn of 2026, the US administration, led by President Donald Trump, took a far-reaching decision. The US Department of State and the US Treasury designated the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist entity. The foundational ideology of ISIS or the Islamic State, Al-Qaeda, and many of the jihadist groups, they were driven by Muslim Brotherhood thinking, the Muslim Brotherhood ideology and doctrine. The designation recognized that political Islam must be judged by outcomes and not by rhetoric. But almost immediately, that logic encountered a contradiction. Yemen was left out, and its Muslim Brotherhood entity, the Islah Party, was excluded. Yemen's conflict was shaped by the Muslim Brotherhood entities, and by bringing in Al-Islah, it created a permissive environment for the resurgence and sustenance of Al-Qaeda, especially Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. It created a gray zone for the survival and revival and growth of jihadi groups. The political space was created for jihadi mobilization. For political gain, the recognition of Al-Islah created huge security challenges, including long-term challenges. On the contrary, the United Arab Emirates adopted a security-first counterterrorism approach. That is, the UAE targeted the leadership, the financial networks, and the territorial control of Al-Qaeda and other jihadist groups. But Al-Islah continued to sustain and create that permissive environment for jihadist groups to grow from strength to strength. I believe that the world should learn from this tragic mistake of recognizing the Islamist entities, in this case the Muslim Brotherhood aligned Al-Islah, as a political asset, because eventually it is going to affect not only the security and stability and the peace of Yemen, but the region and beyond. How does the world cope with this threat? They need to understand that ideology, or what you call fundamentalism, drives exclusivism, and exclusivism leads to extremism, and extremism leads to violence, and the final phase is terrorism, where these groups target civilians. And to address this challenge, it is so important to educate leaders, to educate law enforcement authorities, the military forces, the national security or the intelligence agencies, so that governments will always place long-term security gains for short-term political gains. So the Saudis and the Emiratis had a dispute over this. Saudi Arabia supported Al-Islah, while the UAE refrained from doing that because of its cardinal position of not supporting Muslim Brotherhood aligned entities. So to create a safer world, peaceful world, a secure world, governments worldwide should embrace a position of not permitting political Islam and groups, especially aligned to the Muslim Brotherhood, to survive and sustain, because they will eventually, in the long term, they will destabilize the world.